Do you want to avoid the number one mistake homebuyers make? Stay tuned because this is going to blow your mind. It's actually not the house. Hey everyone, I'm Leon Martins, trusted Edmonton real estate agent and VP of Just One More Question. And here today to help you avoid buyer regret that we can make sure you don't have. I made this video because I just see too many people fall in love with a cute listing only to inherit tens of thousands of dollars in hidden costs and issues and headaches. So let's make sure you are not one of them. So here are the Edmonton homes you should never buy in 2025 and beyond. Number one, condos because of special assessment. Now listen, I have said this many times. I personally would never buy an Edmonton condo. Why? Special assessments, huge surprise fees that when the board decides that the roof, the parkade, or the windows need replacement, you get bills to the tune of $20,000 to $50,000, and they are dropped on homeowners overnight. And this is not uncommon. This is an expectation if you own a condo at least once in a 10-year period. Plus condo fees. So condo fees never go down, friends. They always go up and they will eat into your affordability. So if you are going condo, make sure that you triple check those reserve funds, hire a condo document reserve fund company, and it's important to know there are ways that you can mitigate this risk if you are purchasing. There's two things that I recommend. One, buy newer. Two, make sure you buy a minimum of a 2-bedroom. Make sure it has ensuite laundry and titled parking. Two, avoid fixer-uppers, friends, unless you have got deep pockets and a lot of personal experience. So HGTV, it makes them look fun. In reality, Edmonton's trades and construction costs are through the roof right now. So what used to be a $50,000 reno is now a $90,000 reno. So material costs are up, skilled labor is scarce, it's very difficult to find good trades, and timelines are stretched out. So unless you know the numbers, have cash on hand, and experience, fixer-uppers can be financial quicksand for the wrong person. 3 homes to avoid. I say homes built before 1940. So if they're charming, absolutely. But they can be money pits. Knob and tube wiring, foundation issues, ancient plumbing systems. Many aren't up to today's codes. So insurance itself will be very expensive. In some cases, you might not be able to get insurance. 4 home to be concerned about. Poly B plumbing homes. So these are homes built circa 1990. So Poly B is polybutylene, and it was the darling of its time, and that is until it started to fail. So pipes were cracking, fittings were leaking, and insurers started pulling insurance policies on them. So if you purchase a home in that era, there's some beautiful homes, big square footage, but you have got to keep your eye out for the homes that haven't had the Poly B replaced and know that that's going to be a big cost to you to complete because many insurers are not covering you. If you do end up with damage due to failure, it is on you and your premiums are up to begin with. Home number 5 in Edmonton to skip. Badly flipped homes. So these are going to be newbie flippers. So if it looks like the lipstick was applied yesterday, be suspicious. So what can you look out for? So quick flips can often hide other issues. So things like DIY electrical, Uncle Ed's plumbing, and shoddy work covered with paint. So a good rule of thumb is just look for quality renovation. So I want you to look for clean lines, clean baseboard, flooring, stairs, paint well done. So when you see attention to detail, it speaks volumes of the professional work and the trades that they got in, or if it was them and they had very little skill. Home number 6 to avoid is a home that's too good to be true. That amazing price in a hot real estate market. So if something looks drastically underpriced, there is always a reason. In these cases, most times sellers will disclose because they're asked and required to disclose. And then you get to determine as a buyer whether or not that's a risk that you want to take on yourself, but the savings up front, and if at the end you can mitigate that cost and maybe even make some money. If that's not the case, if you don't have the cash, you don't have the know-how, I would avoid those. Steer clear 100%. All right, Edmonton home number 7. Homes in questionable locations. People, this is real. Homes right beside industrial corridors. Heavy traffic roads are big. Flood zones or future LRT tracks. They may look like good deals now, but resale values suffer. So remember it, you can change the kitchen, but you cannot move the street. I would say for buyers, one of the most common things that they underestimate is when you purchase a home on on a busy street because that is future resale for you. So at some point when you go to sell that home, it's going to eliminate at least 25% of the market that will immediately reject it based on that road. So it doesn't mean you can't sell it. It just means that immediately it's going to be worth less and have a smaller market in order to do so. Edmonton home number 8, foreclosures. Oh, I have this foreclosure conversation. So they sound like a great deal, but let's clear the air and help you understand what they come with. So they may be priced below market, but they always come with major strings attached. So first, they're sold as is where is. So that means that the seller no longer warranties anything. Many times there is neglect and damage. The previous owners may not have maintained, or worse, sometimes if it's a negative situation where they have been removed, and in some cases they may have intentionally damaged the home. So secondly is many times they're cash offers. Many times you have to submit a offer that has no buyer's conditions. So these are best for people who have cash in hand, are contractors, are investors, have experience, and they're comfortable with risk. Foreclosures are not for first-time home buyers or families who need certainty, or really anyone without a renovation budget that's ready to go. So bottom line, friends, foreclosures can work if you're experienced and have cash reserves. For most people, the risk far outweighs the reward. So there you have it, 7 types of Edmonton homes you should avoid in 2025 and beyond. Buying a home here isn't just about finding the right square footage. It's really about avoiding the wrong headaches for you. So if you're considering buying or selling in Edmonton, join my academies. Get smart, friends. Don't get sold. If you might be relocating, join the free Relocation Collective for support, organization, and tools to make it easy. You don't have to do it alone. So both those links are below. Thanks for watching. If you like this, then you got to make sure you stick around for the number 1 mistake that could ruin your home purchase. And it is not the house.